And now we're going to get into a couple of rookie wide receivers. You see Deebo Samuel and DK Metcalf on this list. And I think both guys have a lot of upside. Metcalf is clearly somebody that's going to impact the Seattle offense now that Doug Baldwin is gone. Samuel, another rookie that the 49ers drafted, could be maybe their number one wide receiver based on what happened a year ago. Metcalf, not exactly the best of route runners as we've seen here during their voluntary mini camps. Not exactly doing a great job in terms of what could be a big problem for him as you see here as he's trying to run what looks to be a dig route. Not exactly digging very hard. Ugh. Hard to watch there. So, Adam, what do you think about DK Metcalf here and what his outlook could be for 2019 with Baldwin gone? He's got to help replace a lot of production here for the Seahawks.
I dig him. I actually think. Yeah, thank you. So when you look at these two guys, I think this might be a standard scoring versus PPR scoring type of thing. It's going to be hard for me to see DK Metcalf getting a ton of catches, but I think when you look at Tyler Lockett has 19 career touchdowns, and 6 of them have been from inside 20 yards. There is a huge void to fill in the red zone for the Seattle Seahawks, and that is such an obvious place where DK Metcalf can make his mark. Russell Wilson basically throws 34 or 35 touchdowns every season. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And DK Metcalf's going to catch some of them, going to catch a lot of them. I think he's going to lead the team in touchdowns, and I think he's going to be really good in non-PPR. In PPR, he might be pretty frustrating, but I do like DK Metcalf. I don't know that we've seen a wide receiver prospect quite like him, just in terms of where mock drafts had him, where draft analysts had him ranked. It really seemed to go all over the board there, and I'm really interested to see what we get from him.
Baldwin last year, 50 catches, 618 yards, and 5 touchdowns on 73 targets. Metcalf at Ole Miss, 26 catches, 569 yards, and 5 touchdowns, but only played in 7 games. I'm obviously the high guy on DK Metcalf, which is surprising because I'm the low guy. I'm not the low guy, but I'm with you a little bit on Russell Wilson. So you agree with Adam? Is it more non-PPR, PPR thing? Can he score a bunch of touchdowns? You love Russell Wilson. He's got to get production from somewhere.
Well, I think he's going to mix and match all over the offense, and that's where he's going to get his numbers from, because that's what he does pretty much every single year. I don't think DK Metcalf will be that guy. I understand where Adam's coming from. But these are both wide receivers that you're going to take with a late-round pick. You're going to hope to get a fast start from them, and if not, you're going to cut them. I think there's a better chance that Deebo Samuel delivers sooner than DK Metcalf will. The route running, the fact that he'll catch a lot of passes, he's got a clearer path to starting. Deebo Samuel is where I'm going.
Well, I don't know if he has a clearer path to starting.
I think he does.
So you're basically saying they drafted...
I'm not convinced that DK Metcalf is going to be a starter right away. They go purely on training camp competition. It could be Jennings, it could be Ursula. You like David Moore. We've talked about Jerron Brown too. I know that there's bigger capital in DK Metcalf in Seattle. It doesn't mean he's going to play. Once upon a time, they drafted Rashad Penny with the first-round pick, and it was Chris Carson that ended up taking that job right away.
I think DK Metcalf might have a slightly easier path to starting. I think Dante Pettis has an easier path to like 100.
Samuel.
Deebo Samuel like 120 targets. Because I don't think DK Metcalf, even if everyone else got hurt, I'm not sure that he can run all those routes that he needs to run in his rookie year. I do think long-term, the upside is maybe the best receiver in fantasy. He's going to have some games. I love him in best ball, where he goes for 3 catches, 120 yards, and scores 2 touchdowns probably. I don't think over the long haul in a regular redraft league where you have to choose when to start guys, DK Metcalf is someone I want on my roster.
My ranking of Metcalf is based on the touchdowns. I don't agree with Adam that he's going to lead the team in touchdowns, but I could see 8 touchdowns. I could see 50 catches. I think 800 yards, and I think he's going to end up being as a guy that you sort of mix and match with. Look, Tyler Lockett was basically the number. He was a number 16 PPR receiver last year, and he didn't catch a lot of passes either. Fewest targets among the guys in the top 30.
I'm right there with you almost, except for on the touch. I've got him for 49, 730, and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's just whether he scores 8 touchdowns.
It's going to be the touchdown. Samuel is an interesting one, just based on what his opportunity is. Do you know who, Adam, I'll start with you, the leading receiver for the 49ers was last year?
Other than Kittle?
Other than Kittle.
Kendrick Bourne, was it?
Kendrick Bourne led the 49ers in receptions last year with 42 catches, 487 yards on 66 targets. It was terrible.
Yeah, and no wide receiver had 500 yards. So there's real opportunity there. Now, look, Pettis got hurt at the end of the year. Pettis was really coming on strong, and we love Dante Pettis. But certainly there's an opportunity here for Deebo Samuel, who it's easy to forget. He was the 3rd wide receiver off the board in the NFL draft, very early in the 2nd round. So that's pedigree right there. But I still prefer Metcalf, but I do see opportunity for both of these guys.
Yep, and they also drafted Jalen Hurd, and Marquise Goodwin will hopefully be back and be at 100% for the season. We'll see how this 49ers receiving core unfolds with Jimmy Garoppolo.